So what I'm going to talk to you about this morning is basically going through artist statements, because they are one of the biggest bugbears for practitioners. And to sort of give you a little bit of context about why they're necessary, what you need to have in them, why you need to have that in them, and we'll do a little workshop later about how to basically work on your statements, your one-liners. So we'll do that in a bit, and then this afternoon, as I said, we're going to go through more in depth about how the art world operates and how you can sit within that. So, I mean, the first thing, I talk to a lot of artists about their statements, graduated artists, artists who graduated 20 years ago. I'm still going through some of their statements with them, because it is an evolving process. If it is not evolving, then there is something wrong with your practice. You're not moving forward. If you are still thinking the same things about your practice and writing the same things about your practice in 10, 15 years' time, then you are probably in a bit of a rut. So it is an ongoing dialogue with yourself and your practice, really. So much of practice these days is mediated through a computer screen, and it is not always possible to get a full sense of your practice from slides on a website or however you might be showing them. So once you've hooked me with the image a little bit, I'm usually wanting to tease around and find out a little bit more about what is it in your practice that, where are the influences coming from, what are you referring to, is there something that's nagging at me and I'm thinking, God, that feels really familiar, do they know that? Have they recognised that? If not, is that an issue or not? But more importantly, it's just the fact that you can't get a full sense from documentation. You can get a really good hit, and obviously when you're standing in front of a piece, you get a really good hit. But once you're in the next stage, I want to know more. So genuine curiosity. I do want to know what you're influenced by and where all your ideas are coming from. I think, again, we're very used to websites, kind of, it's going to contain everything, and then you've got my blog, and you can kind of get it from there. But I haven't got time to wade through an awful lot of Facebook posts and websites and blogs. I do once the relationship gets deeper and we're working together more strongly. But for the first instance, I just am quite curious and I want to know some more. What ties your individual pieces of work together in a practice? What I find when I'm working with students is that, quite rightly, you're in an exploration mode, and sometimes you can't always see the links through the practice. That often goes on into when you are out there and you are doing that still. And sometimes, as I said, through talking to a curator or somebody else, you can start to find those common threads. But while you're a student, I do appreciate it's quite hard sometimes to tie it all in. That is what you're here to do, though. At the end of, when you graduate, when you have your final show, we're looking for a coherent practice.